Alright guys, just made it to the local micro center. There to pick up the budget build parts.
Hey guys, welcome back to The Poor Investor. So today I'm going to be going over the details of a budget build that's under $400. And the reason why I'm doing this is because someone wants a machine built and they're trying to save as much as possible, but still be 2024 capable and whatever that means to you. But it's not going to be a hardcore gaming machine. It's not going to have some really fancy GPUs, but let me go over the details. It's still very capable and I think it's pretty attractive. So let's go over the details right now. I do have this Thermaltake Core V12 Micro ATX case that I will be using for this. Now, if you were to buy this brand new at Micro Center, it's $80. But because I have it and I've actually seen it pretty cheap on Amazon, we're selling this for $40. The case is really reliable. I love the case. It's sturdy. I just don't need it. So I said, you know what? Let me build you a nice Micro ATX case with all the fixings and you can do whatever you want with it. So we're going to be utilizing that for $40. The motherboard, unfortunately, there was a open box at Micro Center for like $64.99. Unfortunately, that was sold, and it was only available since yesterday. And I went today, look again, and trying to reserve it, wasn't there. So we were forced to buy it brand new, which was $79.99 for this particular motherboard, which has onboard Wi-Fi as well. So that saves another one because now you don't actually have to buy whether it's a USB or a PCIe Wi-Fi adapter to connect to the internet, which is great. Now the Crucial Ballistics, 32 gigs of RAM. For 2x16 at 3200 megahertz. They are if you were to buy them brand new still, they're $65, but I said, okay, you know what, I'll let them go for $50 because I have them laying around. I don't really need it anymore. And buying used memory is really no harm, to be honest. I don't think I've ever experienced any memory going bad on me. Maybe one time throughout the 20 years that I've been doing this. And we bought a 1 terabyte NVMe for $56.99. Original price on this, for some strange reason, is $89. You see that? $89.99. But now they're selling it for $56.99, probably because, there's newer versions, they're updated, whatever the case is. Fine by me. The cheaper, the better. Now, I do want to say the $56.99, as of yesterday when I was pricing it out on the same Micro Center, was $57.99. So it dropped $1. So I think even if you wait a little longer, maybe even towards like summertime, these would be like $40 a 1 terabyte NVMe drive. Now, the Ryzen 5 5600G, which is what I have in this box, is something that I've recycled out. I don't use it anymore. So, if you were to buy a brand new, it's $120, so $119.99. But I'm letting it go for $100 only because I think that's a fair price, to be honest. If you look at the used market for these, it's not as popular as the Ryzen 7s, and especially right now as the prices for Ryzen 9s are dropping like crazy for AM4s. Maybe not. Well, yeah, I think even the 5s, actually, AM5s, the newer generation. But the great thing about the Ryzen 5 5600G, if you're building a small compact machine, you don't need a GPU to go along with it. You can if you want, but it does have onboard video. So graphics, GPU, whatever you want to call it, has that option. Now, it's not the best thing for gaming. You can. So the question was proposed to me like, oh, so can we still play Steam games? I'm like, it really depends on which game you're playing, right? Crazy high frame rates, and you may start experiencing some lag or some slowness, but overall, I think it's great. I've tried it myself. It's not the best, all right? We're definitely going to put it out there. It's nothing that can even compare if you had a PCIe GPU with 8 gigs of RAM on it, or 16 or 12 or whatever. Even if you popped in like a 1660 Super, or even a 4060 or 3060, any one of those cards would probably outbeat the 5600G. Just putting that out there. So what are you planning to do with this, right? So, just your general web surfing, YouTube, email, office documents, maybe some bookkeeping, taxes, whatever, but definitely not an intense, hardcore gaming machine because you will feel the pain. And what else do we have here? We have a 500 watt power supply, brand new, $39.99. I threw it in there, $30. I have an extra one, so that's saving him $10. And I'm not charging any tax on it, so it's definitely a pro going this route. And plus, and even if it does fail, I'll support it. I can always replace it. I have extra parts or whatnot. And this Deep Cool RGB PC cooler. Originally, he had a PC cooler, but unfortunately, it was only for the Intel, and they weren't given the extra parts for AMD, so I couldn't utilize whatever he had pre-existing on this old machine of his. And this one really reminded me of like the Cooler Master 212 series, the blackout ones like I have. Same design feature. but a lot more cheaper. So I even looked up the Cooler Master 212 series right now, and they were like $80 on Amazon, 40 at B&H. And if you don't know what B&H is, it's a audio, video, website, physical retail store in New York City. And they have it for like $40-something. But of course, that's not even including tax. So I said, all right, you know what? Let me give this one a shot. And if I like it, I would probably start buying it for myself as well. So the total comes out to, currently, all this is here in my little area right now that I'm going to use to build this all out. You guys can actually see motherboard's here, PC cooler, everything's here, including the memory, the NVMe, and the CPU. I'm going to pop this into this case right here. This is the cube case from Thermaltake. Is that how you say it? Thermaltake. Yeah, I'm right. So we're going to do all that. The power supply, the PSU is already installed here. And this is the budget build that we're going to be going over. Now, I'm not going to be building it in this video, but we'll do it in the next video. I just wanted to share with you right now, the price of all this came out to $382 plus the tax because of the items that I actually had to buy at the store. Was $1438 for the 3 items, which is the PC cooler, all right, the 1 terabyte NVMe, and also the motherboard, which we were forced to buy brand new. Now, they did have other open box motherboards, but even those open box motherboards were a lot more expensive than $64.99. And I just said, you know what, forget it. Buying even brand new $79.99 with the onboard wireless saves like $20, $30, so I don't have to actually buy a USB wireless or PCIe wireless card for this machine to connect to the internet. So grand total has brought it up to $396, including the tax. Of course, if you were to build this, you would need additional things. And the additional things, and I'm saying like thermal paste, right? Because that doesn't come with a used PC or used CPU purchase or even the motherboard. So that's things I have, and that's the benefit of me building it for this person, because they don't have to go and buy thermal paste for like $10 or $8 or whatever it is, and then use a little dab and have a whole canister full of it and never do anything with it ever again, right? So, little things like that. I don't have no overhead cost for doing it. I'm just doing it out of a favor. So again, I'm building this great PC, right? $396, less than $400 for this budget build. And they're going to use it to practically be up to date for 2024. We're going to load Windows 11 on it. And for the most part, everything will be, this can accommodate a lot of the newer stuff, whether it's, it has 32 gigs of RAM. So whether you're doing hardcore taxes, meaning if you're loading QuickBooks on there or something, or clicking, you can definitely use this for that. As far as, any intense gaming, I would lay off about, certain games, maybe, but not all games. That's for sure. Now, this is not a hardcore gaming machine, but that's not to stop this person from this build to add a reasonable 4060 or 4060 Ti for like $300, I believe, or even going down to like the 3060s or the 3070s and spending like $200-$300 on those, and it'll be more than sufficient for the most part. Okay, the GPU CPU option is definitely flexible when you come, if you ever decide to upgrade it, because I think the memory is more than sufficient, and 1 terabyte is pretty common nowadays for a budget build. So that's it, guys. I will definitely be doing another video, putting everything together. And right now, I just wanted to share with you what a budget build in 2024 for less than $400. That's including inflation. I want to thank you guys for being here. Please remember to hit that like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys again really soon.